everybody. Welcome to the Motivational Institute, where passion and purpose will always find you. My name is Stacy, and today I'm going to talk about a question that I received from a student of mine when I was teaching time management this week. So he basically said to me, hey, I got a question. I'm in a relationship. The relationship is toxic, and I'm thinking about leaving this woman. What should I do? I absolutely love when I get questions like this because I feel like after being divorced and being single myself and being on my own path, I have a lot that I can really offer people to help guide them into being the best version of themselves and giving them a little bit of clarity. So this was the first thing that I said to him. And I said this: I don't know if you're toxic or if she's toxic. Now, back in the day, if you would have asked me that question, I would have said straight up, hey, it's a toxic relationship. You need to get out right now. But as I thought about it the other day, I said, you know what? Maybe you're contributing to this relationship. So the first thing that we should do when we're thinking about relationships that we in that are toxic, right, is ask yourself, what has happened in the past that has led you up to where you are today? Because when we go back in through our history, it'll help us understand the present. Is there a pattern going on in your relationships? Are you seeing the same things in this relationship that you've seen in other relationships? Are you seeing similar behaviors in this spouse that you did in the past 2, 3, or 4 spouses? Is there a pattern here? If so, we want to disrupt that cycle and break that pattern. And the only way that we can do that is to look within and change who we are and how we are showing up. So one of the things that I really encouraged him to do was not to do anything until he got into this place of stillness, right? Meditation. Connect with the higher power. If it's God, it's God. If it's the universe, whatever it is that you choose, center yourself so that you can get some type of discernment over what needs to happen next, because it might not have anything to do with the relationship and it might have everything to do with you. So what is it that we might need to change about ourselves? And the best way for us to start is to really ask someone that we're close to. Not someone that's going to take sides with you necessarily or take sides with the other person, but someone that knows you pretty well, that will give you the cold, hard truth, that will really be honest with you. So you want to ask people questions that are close to you. If you don't have a friend or a family member that you can kind of confide in, there is nothing wrong with going to counseling. Find a therapist. Most of our insurance will cover that, and it's no cost to us, but go and talk to somebody. And a lot of times they're going to give you their view on it in a non-biased type way. And whatever that information is, take it and apply it. Like, start to work on it. Because every relationship that we're in doesn't mean like, oh, because it's not working out, I need to end the relationship. Relationships help us discover who we are. They help us grow and develop. And we need relationships. But it's important that we don't give up before we grow up. Because that might be a great relationship, but there's something that you need to be doing to change the dynamic within that relationship. And I personally believe that in relationships, the man is the head, he's the lead. And so when he's centered, working on himself, being the best version of himself, mentally, physically, and spiritually, everything else kind of mimics that, right? It's like it generalizes in the spouse, in the children, in the household. So we need the man to be that lead, that head, that example. If you're in a toxic relationship, so think about that. So think about the past, think about what type of support you have right now. And again, like I said, never make a decision when you're not feeling well. When you feel like you don't have the clarity that you need on that situation, take a beat. Unless this is an abusive situation, then obviously, you need to get out of it. Or you're abusing someone, let them go. But if you are in a toxic relationship, I want you to ask yourself this question. Is this going on? Are you constantly blaming each other for things? Are you putting the other person down, or are they putting you down? using that shame language? Are you taking more than you're giving? And if you are giving, maybe you're giving them something that they don't necessarily need or want. So you want to ask them that question of, what is it that you need from me in this relationship? Take a test like the love languages. I always recommend that people take the love languages so that they can understand what it is that their spouse really desires, and they can spend their time, energy, and effort doing those things. Are you supporting the other person, whether it's professionally or personally? And are you guys trying to control each other or manipulate? If any of those things are going on, then yes, this is a toxic relationship. So if it's happening on both ends, then we both need to be doing our work. If it's happening on one end, you start doing your work. And when you pray about it and meditate and work on yourself, everything is going to be revealed to you, and you'll make the best decision for you and for your family. So I hope that this information was a blessing to you all today. Thanks so much for tuning in to the channel, and I will connect with you all soon.